Kanye West has been locked out of both Instagram and Twitter for his anti-Semitic comments over the weekend. Also, Kim Kardashian is paying for extra security because of Kanye's online attack. Finally, is Kanye using porn to intimidate Adidas executives at a business meeting? Oh, there's a lot to dive in, guys. But before we do that, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any pop culture news. We've been following Kanye for quite a while now, and Kanye loves to use social media to lash out on people. His wife, Adidas executives, Pete Davidson, anyone who crosses him, he will lash out on you. And no one is able to stop him. Well, over the weekend, both Twitter and Instagram put a muzzle on his mouth. They basically restricted his account because of anti-Semitic comments that he made on the platforms. It all started between him and P. Diddy. They were going back and forth, and Kanye posted saying that Jesus is Jew. A lot of people were outraged and said that this was anti-Semitism, so they restricted his account. Well, Kanye, not to be silent, hopped on over to Twitter, and he tweeted this. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jews. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. Who you think created cancel culture? The DEFCON 3 is what sparked everyone's outrage. Particular celebrities have been calling him out. Jamie Lee Curtis called him out. Piers Morgan, Sarah Silverman, Michael Rappaport have basically called him out, saying he's using anti-Semitic rhetoric on the platform. Twitter went ahead and locked his account, right? Elon Musk, who is in the process of buying Twitter, did come out and said that he spoke to Kanye to express his concerns over the tweet. Now, he didn't mention anything. That's all he said. So we don't know what their conversation was like. I'm assuming Elon Musk is saying, listen, you need to probably tone it down a little bit. Or it could have went the other way. It could have said, I'm buying Twitter and you can say whatever you want when I get on this platform. But it looks as though a lot of people were really upset about the tweet, saying that he was spewing anti-Semitic rhetoric. And he was called out for it. Kanye, who likes to use social media to attack people, I don't think he realizes in the process he's losing a lot of friends. John Legend, who was really good friends with him, they're no longer friends. Jay-Z and Beyonce, Jason Lee from Unlocked, they are working together. Jason Lee came out and said that he no longer is going to work with Kanye. And recently, Kanye's personal trainer says he has cut ties with the rapper because of his anti-Semitic remarks. And this personal trainer has been his friend for over 15 years. Kanye is losing a lot of friends over his online attacks. He is basically distancing himself from everyone, or what should I say, people are distancing themselves for Kanye, calling him unhinged, calling him not well, bringing in his mental disorder, his bipolar disorder. Do I think Kanye is crazy? Absolutely not. I don't think the guy is crazy. Do I think Kanye could be a little unhinged? Absolutely. Do I think Kanye should think before he tweets or puts a post out? Absolutely. But I do think that there's a fine line between freedom of speech and hate speech. And Kanye sort of just dabbles, tips on that line because he's Kanye and he has a huge platform and he can do that. And people are not going to think twice of it. But it's very dangerous to do. It's extremely dangerous to do this. Extremely dangerous to tiptoe on that line between free speech and hate speech. There's consequences to saying whatever you want to say. These are privately owned companies and they have a right to say, you know what, we don't tolerate hate speech. It's within their right to remove you from the platform. And so I think that's where people are, have to draw the line. And I think people are starting to realize that, you know what, we need to kind of back away from Kanye for now. He needs to be very careful in what he says. So he gets kicked out of Instagram. He gets kicked out of Twitter. Where does he go? He goes straight to YouTube and he posts a 30-minute documentary, sort of like a vlog of his day-to-day activities. And there's a clip in this vlog that is very shocking, to say the least, because in this clip, he uses porn as a way to kind of intimidate, I'm going to use the word intimidate, the Adidas executives. He walks into the meeting and he's holding his phone in front of the executives. And after several seconds, one of the men asks, "Is this a porn movie?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is porn. This is most definitely porn." And they're shocked. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Okay, when I saw this, I was shocked. And despite their discomfort, he continues to show the porn. And then he holds it closer to the guy's face. And it's like, look at this. You're going to look at this porn video because this is going to make you uncomfortable. I'm going to make this meeting I'm going to start this meeting off by making you very uncomfortable. He's trying to draw a parallel between the video and his relationship with Adidas. When I first saw the headlines of the topic that he used porn to intimidate the executives, etc., I was like, what? Kanye? Like, the guy has gone off the deep end. And then I watched the whole 30-minute documentary, and it literally changed my entire perspective, because I was gonna come on here and bash Kanye. If you only watch the small clip of the meeting, you kind of look at it as, oh, he's being disrespectful and how dare he brings a porn into a meeting. But I watched the video in its entirety and I understood why he did what he did. Do I agree with him?
You got the same words, don't you? Is this a porn movie? Yeah. Watch this. He's got a Northern European accent. Okay. You go.
You're going to where?
Oh, come on. Is that
Can you just pretend it's never happened?
Yeah, come on. Doesn't he sound like
The voice sounds similar.
The voice sounds similar.
Yeah.
So basically,
Because my ambition
I'm only
is
going to work at Adidas if he's the CEO. You guys have done wrong by the company, by the business, and by the partnership. The whole concept of this video is that the guy had cheated. So then the girl was like, well, I'm going to do the thing that's your worst nightmare. This is your worst nightmare.
What you're feeling right now is extreme discomfort. And that is exactly the point, because when someone steals this man's ideas, his creations, it's like you're stealing a child. These are all children of his mind, and you've kidnapped them. There are easy inspired derivatives that are making significant revenue because people can't tell the difference because it's so inspired. If someone stole Stella's designs, you would be extremely upset.
I have Baby King come to the show tonight. We have Kendrick. Our army is so prepared. You understand? This is a different level of nuclear activity that no one will recover from. The guy from could not sell enough companies to cure this level of global warming that you're going to experience.
But yeah, I think
Adidas has to come and be like, okay, boom. I actually do it this opposite way right now. Boom, and then say, yay. What do you want? I'm not talking to you guys. I'm not arguing about money with people broker than me. I'm not arguing about ideas with people with lesser ideas than me.
Kanye is very lucky. He's literally tiptoeing on the verge of a lawsuit, because the executives can come out and say this was sexual harassment. And sexual harassment goes both ways. You don't necessarily have to be a woman to be sexually harassed. Bringing a pornographic film in a meeting and shoving it in someone's face can be considered, it's probably considered sexual harassment. Had it been anyone else, we would have been outraged. So as much as we want to say, I understand, and this is Kanye, this is his style, this is the way he does things, he has to be very careful about doing things like that. You know, he's supposed to be this Christian who hates the fact that Kim is posing semi-nude for fashion shoots, but then he brings a pornographic film in a meeting. And yes, you can say that he's doing something taboo to make a statement. When you can't call yourself a Christian and say I'm gonna do that because I want to make a statement. It's hypocritical. For me, it's hypocritical. So Kanye has to be very, very careful in how he does things, because that could absolutely be a lawsuit. Also, that could be used against him in court for the children. He has to be very careful of things that he does, which brings me to my next point. So apparently, Kim is paying for extra security at the kid's school after his online attack. So we know that Kim and Kanye were going back and forth about which school that the kids were going to be going to. Kanye wanted the kids to go to his school, Donda Academy, which is not accredited, and Kim is just not comfortable sending the kids there. And Kim wants the kids to go to Sierra Canyon, which the kids are currently attending right now. The problem is that Kanye aired out details of the school. Now, he aired out the fact that his children who have both high profile parents, which school that they attend. Now, according to TMZ, the school recently hired additional security as an extra precaution, and Kim is footing the bill. So she's taking care of the entire expense of having extra security. You know, I'm sure sitting in these parents' board meetings, they're probably like, you know, she should pay for it. Why should we pocket this money? She should pay for it. It's her baby daddy making all this noise, and our kids are not being protected, and we want extra security. I can see her sitting in these parent teacher conference saying, I'm sorry, guys. I know. I'm sorry. You know, it's, you know, Kanye, like, apologizing for his rant antics. I feel bad for the poor girl. I feel bad that she has to even go through this. And I feel bad that she has to even pay extra money for security because he can't keep his mouth shut on social media about their affairs. We're told the increased security presence isn't because Kanye himself poses a threat, but there's concern someone could see his messages about the school and show up on campus, posing a risk to students. There are other students that attend this school. Paparazzis are like leeches. They will do just about anything and everything to get that picture. But when they're on school grounds and they're learning and there's other children around them, there should be no reason why they should have a heightened sense of security because their father cannot keep his mouth shut on social media. And Kanye should be footing this bill. I'm sorry that Kim is footing this bill. I call it how I see it. He should be footing that bill. And you know, and I think he does things on purpose. He wore the White Lives Matter shirt at his daughter's basketball game because he knew it was going to make a statement. But that is not the time to do so. Keep the politics and all of that stuff like outside of your kids' life. Keep their kids, go to the basketball game, enjoy the basketball game, and keep that out of it. You knew there was going to be paparazzi there. You knew there were going to be people talking about it. There was going to be extra paparazzi there, extra cameras, extra people talking about it, and kind of ruining her moment, ruining her game because you want to make a political statement at her basketball game. Wrong time. I'm sorry. I don't agree with it. Wrong time. You want to do all that, just keep the kids out of it. In the documentary, you see him at his kid's game and you see a different version of him. He's laughing, he's, you know, talking to his daughter, and that's a Kanye that we miss. I think if Kanye just kind of sits back and reevaluate everything that's going on in his life, I think if he just focus on his music, focus on being a good father, and focus on just kind of, you know, his empire, then he will, you know, people will start to really look at him as who he really is, a creative genius. He really is a creative genius. I'm going to double down on that, regardless of whether or not I agree with a lot of his antics or I agree with his marketing strategy. I think he's extremely creative and I think he's brilliant. And I think that he probably just needs to just scale it down a little bit, a lot, Kanye, scale it down a lot. You're fighting with every single person in your life. And what's going to happen is no one's going to want to work with you because they're going to be afraid you're going to bring porn into their meetings. No one's going to want to, you know, deal with you because you're going to air out all your grievances on social media and all their businesses on social media. You're losing friends left and right. People just simply don't want to be around that. What is going to happen is Kim is going to take every single thing that you're posting on social media. She's going to use that against your court. I don't know any judge that will allow you to have 50-50 custody of those children or even allow you to have a say-so. What do you guys think about his anti-Semitic remarks on social media? Do you think that Twitter and Instagram should have restricted him, or do you think that's taken away from his freedom of speech? I'm certain this is not the end of Kim and Kanye. Don't forget to like this video, guys. Subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any pop culture news. Thanks for watching.